My name's Henry Bell, and I'm 60 years young. I was a decent basketball player coming up here in Lexington, and I was able to, my parents are real strict. I told myself if I get a college scholarship, I'm going far away from home as possible. And I went to Stillman College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And while I was there, I was pretty much on my own for the first time, and I started drinking, going to frat parties, and I had to be the life of the party. I had to be the first one there and the last one to leave. As it progressed, I managed to graduate, went to the United States military as a second lieutenant, but something just wasn't right. It was like I was always striving for the affection of others, a people pleaser, if you will, and that led me down a dark path. And then in 1984, I tried crack cocaine, and I went on about a 25-year odyssey to where at one point I was so far down I had to look up to see the bottom. I always thought somebody was picking on me, it was everybody's fault but my own. I was at my wit's end, and no pun intended, but I went down a street here in Lexington called Loudon, and I found hope. And that was at the Hope Center Men's Recovery Program. As a result, I learned that I had a spiritual malady, and I learned that the chemical solution to my problem just wasn't working. And once I had to get myself together on the inside, down inside the core, to where I became okay with me. I was able to deal with the levels of exposure. I got down to the causes and conditions of my disease, which was I was selfish, self-centered, egotistical, and I replaced that with humility, love and concern for others, and acceptance, not only of my condition, but also of my place in society. And today, through the grace of God and the Hope Center Men's Recovery Program and all the individuals that provide their support, I'm 2 years clean and sober. At the Hope Center, they have a multifaceted operation. They deal with the homelessness, they got a veterans program, and of course they got a program, Hope Center Men's Recovery Program. And in the Men's Recovery Program, they really try to stabilize the individual so that the individual can get down to the causes and conditions of their disease, focus on social wellness, employment, and just try to get the individual, once they get through the program, to be truly self-sufficient. I work there as a peer mentor, and the biggest contribution that I hope I provide to the clients is that I tell them I'm 60 years old, and you, hopefully when you look at me, you'll say, man, it's never too late. He's 60 years old and I can figure it out. But the greater hope is that you look at me and say, man, I don't want to wait that late to figure it out. Another thing that I've truly realized by being at the Hope Center, that everything that has went on in my life the past couple years truly would not have been possible without the partnership with the United Way and the people who provide their support and their assistance to help us accomplish the things we do at the Hope Center. A lot of times I've noticed that with the way the addiction and alcoholism is today, they accentuate the negative all the time. But today you're looking at a success story, and it's only because of your support and the help we get from the United Way. Join the fight.